Hey, what up YouTube, this is Tech here with another video. Today I'm bringing you a video on Android Nougat, aka Android 7.0 on the Galaxy S7 Edge. I got this over-the-air update about 2 days ago, and I actually wanted to try before I make the video. In this video, I'm going to highlight the things that I think are the most important things on this update. Starting with the notification panel. You guys can see that we now have a brand new notification panel. It looks different. The whole functionality of the notification panel is now different. You could actually reply to emails or any messages that you get. For example, if I get multiple emails, you're going to see that I can actually reply to any of these emails on this notification group. For example, let me expand this, and you can see that I actually sent myself 2 different test emails, and I already had 1 email from Google. So if I want to reply to any of these emails, all I have to do is expand the email itself, and I could do reply all, delete, or snooze. This functionality extends to almost every app I've used so far. It doesn't matter if it's the Messages, WhatsApp, or Google Hangouts. Another change on the notification panel is the widgets that it now has. You can see that I could actually sort this widgets, or I could actually edit the button layout to be 3x3, 4x3, or 5x3. Right now, I have it set to 5x3 because the smaller you have it, the more icons you will be able to fit. So also you can see that I actually could edit this, and actually I disabled some of these widgets that I actually don't use and don't need. You can see that if I add any of this back, I could actually swipe. Let me click on on, and I could actually swipe to page 2. But I don't want that to happen because I don't actually use any of these widgets. Another thing that I noticed is that the screen brightness option doesn't show up by default when you actually update your device. You will have to expand the notifications, actually click on this down arrow, and make sure this show control on top is actually activated. That way you have quick access to screen brightness. I personally use this all the time. Then we will notice that there is a global search. This global search actually gives you a lot of options when it comes to, like, you know, if you want to search apps. For example, let's look for Memo. That's a built-in app. So you can see that if I do a global search, it actually brings all the different things related to Memo. For example, Memorial Day, that's actually on my calendar. It actually tells you what apps are in the Galaxy App Store, or if you want to do a Google search. And I personally think it works great. Now I want to talk about the Settings app. The Settings app is totally different. We have different groups. The grouping of these, I'm not sure if it's sort of the same as it used to be before. I'm sure some are, but some seem to be new, like display. Actually, there are 2 things that I want to show you guys here. You could actually change the screen resolution to whatever you want. By default, when you actually update to Android Nougat, I believe you're going to get the Full HD option by default. If you want to change that option to Quad HD, you actually have to come here and set it back. So by default it's going to be there, and then you could just set it to Quad HD and apply. That would do it. Also, there is a screen zoom option here. This is actually similar to what the iPhone has. I believe the iPhone has 2 different options, zoomed in or normal. So Samsung actually has 3 different options. You have a medium, which is, I believe, is a normal. Then you have large, if you can't really see the screen well. And you have small, if you actually want to fit a lot of things in your settings menu, for example. My personal favorite is actually a medium. It's not too small, it's not too large, so I just leave it in there. Now I want to jump to multitasking. Multitasking actually got really smart. So I want to show you guys how you could actually switch to 2 recent apps really fast. So actually, let me click on the Play Store. The previous app before that was actually the settings. So I want to click on Google Play again, and I want to double tap the recent apps button, and that's actually going to take me right back to the settings app. So let's do that real quick. You can see that it just happens on the fly. You don't have to tap the recent apps and actually go and select your previous app. You could just do it on the fly, and you could switch back and forth. For multitasking, you also have the option to actually hold the app and drag it up if you want to do a split screen view, or you could actually hold it and put it on pop-up view. That's actually going to give you a pop-up view where you could actually change the size, or maybe you want to save it for later, let's say, right? So you want to put it somewhere in the screen. Now I want to jump to the always on display. The always on display now supports third-party apps like the Note 7 did. I was actually dying for this, and we finally got it. So let me show you guys. Maybe I could show you something coming in from Gmail. Let's see this. go to the always on display. Alright, so you can see that there's something recording in there. That's actually an app recording my screen. Let me actually send myself another email. So once I sent the email, you can see that the Google icon actually popped up. This is actually the Google Inbox app that I use. I don't use a regular Gmail app. Something else I want to mention is actually the dialer. This is completely new. You can see that it has been redesigned to look better. It's lighter. I love it. So I want to talk about emojis. Samsung actually added all the emojis that Apple had. You can see that you could change the skin color on some of these. Let me find one here. You can see that if I hold this one, you have all the different skin tones here. So Apple had this for a long time now, and finally Samsung got on board with this. Also, Samsung now supports emojis on the contact names. This is actually the first time ever on a Samsung device that I could actually add emojis to the contact name. I know this was a problem for a lot of people that did not like how Samsung did this, but Samsung finally got to work and made it possible. Alright guys, this is it for this video. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up on this one. Also subscribe, and as always, catch me in the next video.